What up, Entourage? Welcome. Week 11, our waivers top 5. Before we get into it, though, you already know. Intro. The fantasy football Entourage are winning. All right, Entourage. Well, just like usual, if you're interested in the premium content, the complete list of my waivers, not just the top 5, please leave a comment or email me, fantasyfootballrapper@gmail.com. $5, 4 emails a week, including, like I mentioned, the waivers. My complete buy, sell, hold trade targets, the rankings on Thursday, updated version on Saturday. 4 emails a week, guys. $5 for the rest of the season. Let me know. And yeah. Oh. You guys already know. Betting is on fire, guys. 5-2-1 this week. Like, that's like ridiculous. So if you play all the games, you're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Easy money. That's 3-4 straight weeks. I believe it was like 8-3, then I think 5-3-1, and then 8-3 again, and 5-2-1. So those are crazy odds. Just compare them to any bookie. Yeah, and it's $10, so pretty good. So let me know if you're interested in that. And now, yeah, let's get into it, guys. So first waiver up, Jameis Winston, man. Couldn't be a better situation, especially quarterback has been, I'm not going to say it's been as bad as tight end, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that we thought were going to be pretty good that have been kind of busty, you know? Even guys like Drew Lock, Matt Stafford to a lesser extent, you know, these late round quarterbacks we thought maybe had some upside, but who we got? Patrick Mahomes. Russell Wilson's even been on a little slump lately, but, you know, I don't really consider him, you know, a worry or anything like that. Lamar Jackson, too. Hasn't been the best. But outside of, like, Mahomes, Brady, Lamar, Josh Allen, you know, it's really been a crapshoot. I think Winston, or in Herbert, I think Winston can be, you know, top 10 quarterback. And what better matchup than Atlanta as your first start? Hopefully, you know, he corrected his eyes, allegedly. You know, he had some eye surgery, and hopefully he learned from one of the most accurate non-turnover quarterbacks in Drew Brees, got Sean Payton's system. I think that's a good upgrade, too, for Michael Thomas and the offense as a whole, even though Drew Brees was lighting it up in the way he does. So, yeah, I would definitely pick up Winston if you need a quarterback, you know, and I like him. Somebody asked me today, I like him more than Ryan Tannehill. Outside of those quarterbacks that I mentioned, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady. I think Winston will probably be, I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, maybe Lamar Jackson, but even that's a little debatable. But yeah, after those guys, I would definitely pick up Winston and think he can be a plug and play starter the rest of the way. So Winston, love him, go get him. Another guy, Jalen Reagor, is a guy I keep talking about, has dealt with some injuries. Carson Wentz has been terrible, but you got to figure he's not going to keep playing this terrible. I mean, knock on wood. Now, I will say this. The Giants' defense is better than what people think. Also, remember, division games are usually closer. We saw last night with the Minnesota Vikings and Chicago Bears. They just know each other so well. And traditionally, the Giants and Eagles games are usually low scoring, which is why I still think there's hope. More so for Reagor than Wentz, because I did like the fact that Reagor led the team in targets. Even with Alshon Jeffrey back, he played 86% of the snaps. And again, it just goes back to the talent over everything. Jalen Reagor is extremely talented. So I like trying to get players that can have a big impact, players that you can hold on your team, not just players that, you know, are a flash in the pan, so to speak. So I like Jalen Reagor still. My next guy, Rashad Perryman. Guy, you know, most analysts aren't touting, but he did just have a 2-touchdown game against the Patriots before they had their bye. He's, by default, the Jets' number 1 receiver. He also has a history with Joe Flacco. If we recall, he was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, so there's familiarity there. Joe Flacco's not a good quarterback, but he does have a gun. He likes to go deep, which plays into his strengths. And this current matchup against the LA Chargers, who have not been the best defensively, but have been really good offensively, can be one of those games where a lot of points are scored, or a lot of opportunities. The Jets get behind, they'll be playing from behind, have to throw, and Rashad Perryman is a good receiver, but he also has dealt with injuries. So I like him, better than some of these other guys that I'm seeing, tossed around. Rashad Perryman, depending on your landscape, what you need, what type of bye week fillers. But he's somebody that can possibly be a wide receiver 3 flex and can stay on your roster moving forward. Next guy up is somebody I mentioned last week. Now, he is on my top of my list. And that's Jacoby Myers. I mean, situation can't be any better. Again, no Julian Edelman. Don't have much. They don't have anything. Damian Harris has looked really good though. That's one player I was high on. So it's nice to see him get his work. But yeah, Patriots defense is not indestructible, so they're gonna have to throw at some point. It's going to Jacoby. He's their possession receiver. He's done a great job. He even had a passing touchdown. Go figure. But even outside of that, he had 5 catches, 59 yards in a monsoon against the Ravens. So yeah, he's my number 1 pickup by far. Told you guys to get him last week. Can't believe he's still available in like 70-80% of leagues still. So he's a must grab. And I think he could be a plug and play starter the rest of the way, like easily wide receiver 3, maybe wide receiver 2, put him at flex, whatever. But definitely somebody you want to get your hands on. All right. And then I'm not gonna include him because he should be picked up, but Wayne Gallman is definitely my number 1 pickup. But if he's still available, some crazy reason in your league, pick him up. And then my last player, now this might surprise people, and some people might think I might be stubborn and crazy and things like that. But Cam Akers, all right. So he led the team in rushing. That's a sign. They drafted him second. Sean McVay on Monday said they want to continue to get him more involved. Now, unfortunately, the Rams had 3 rushing touchdowns and none of them went to Akers. But, you got to figure that will even itself out. And his biggest skill set is in the passing game. Now, I'm not sure how much the team trusts him yet since he didn't get a target this last game. But he is their best pass catcher. And everything that I've been reading is that's their number 1 concern. But I think he's starting to gain that trust little by little. Now, Cam Akers is not for everybody. And what I mean by that, you're a 10-team league, or if, you're pretty stacked like a lot of you guys are. By the way, a lot of you guys are very stacked. And I don't know if your trade deadline is up, but you need to start packaging some of these players because it's good to have depth. But once these bye weeks are over, you're going to want those frontline players, So start moving some pieces around. So this way you can upgrade your starting lineup and then you could pick up a player like Cam Akers, now that's, again, he's not somebody I would feel comfortable starting, but he is somebody that has big play potential. And still, even as late as it is, can be a possible league winner. Okay? Now, again, it's somebody that's a stash, not a plug and play. But keep it in mind. And the reason I have him in my top 5 and not somebody like Nyheim Hines, who everybody else has, is because Nyheim Hines, he's had like 2 or 3 blow up games, but then all the rest of the games were less than 10 points. So one thing I always value is consistency. And that's something that Nyheim Hines hasn't given us. I mean, he played over 50% of the snaps, but I don't think he's played that much all year. It was like the week before, Jonathan Taylor, I believe, had a touchdown. The week before that, Jordan Wilkins was the guy. So I really think it's going to depend on game flow when it comes to that backfield, which makes him as a start pretty risky. And the other thing we got to keep in consideration is, remember, Thursday night games are fluky. Defenses don't have time to prepare. Defenses are usually worse because they don't have any time to prepare. So I yeah, I don't know how comfortable. I don't know if I feel any more comfortable starting Nyheim Hines than I do Cam Akers. But if Cam Akers becomes the guy there, then I think his ceiling is higher. That makes sense. Now, again, if you need, I mean, even if you need a starter, I don't see Nyheim Hines being any riskier than Cam Akers. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind not wanting to pick up Nyheim Hines. I have no problem with it if you have a lower waiver and you think, you want to go with an upside play, and I'll probably give him the slight edge over Cam Akers if you need to start, next week. But I I feel like that last game would be more of a scenario of you chasing points than Nyheim Hines really, really being that type of running back you can start on a consistent basis. Okay? So there you have it, guys. My top 5 waivers. We got Jameis Winston, Jalen Reagor, Jacoby Myers, Cam Akers, and who's the other guy? Oh, Rashad Perryman. All right. And if you're interested in the premium content, $5 the rest of the year. I told you guys 4 emails a week. My complete waiver list, my buy, sell, hold, complete trade target list, the rankings on Thursday, updated version on Saturday, and also for the bets, $10. You get my top 5 to 10 plays, which we've been crushing it. DFS is still $20 a week. That would include the bets though, so you get DFS for like $10 really. And there's a way you could get this free if you join Monkey Knife. I will, whatever you put on Monkey Knife as far as money, they will match up to $50 with the promo code Rapper. If you guys do that, I'll give you the player props for free. So you don't even have to pay me anything because they'll be paying you because they're an affiliate deal. So it's a win-win. So you get free money and more free money because, with the player props, those are the ones I've been doing. I think I got a perfect this last week. I got all my player props right. So there you have it, guys. Until next time, much love. Peace.